I think we should start from the. We'll get through this first question, and if you can summarize what you just told, and go
Yeah,
through
yeah, yeah.
the following of what
Yeah, so
you were saying.
just like real quick, when I
I
was back in college, I started like, um, collaborating with the sports committee to start, developing esports uh, for one of the biggest universities here in Mexico. And, we started like developing these sort of leagues slash tournaments for the students.
mm-hmm.
And I did that for multiple games. I mean, on top of my head, I did like League of Legends. I also did uh, Counter Strike. I did some fighting games like Street Fighter, Super Smash Brothers. So yeah, I've been like working with a lot of games. Even back then, when I was like really young, I'm talking like more than 10, 11 years. So when I turned, I mean, I did that for like from 16 to 18 years. When I turned 19, it's when I joined Riot Games on their like esports division. I actually started like really young on that. I guess because I like acquire a lot of experience, and a lot of people at that time from the esports community knew me. So I think that was like a big launch for me big to get that big step
If you can
in my career.
tell us specifically more details of what was your job part of in Riot Games, if you can tell us a bit more about this.
Yeah, so I used to work. My specific role is called observer. Uh, at the beginning, I was like just in charge of the in-game camera in the live stream, but that also like start extending into other like fields, like collaborating with the operations teams, like the people that are in charge of the players. That also took me into other events, like I did some esports events for Red Bull Gaming here in Mexico City. Uh, so yeah, I was basically um, part of the broadcast team as well as the operations team is called, but it's more of like the people that manage the pro players and stuff. I had to coordinate with them. I had to make sure that the players were on time. Like for their matches and stuff. I also like I did a lot of things, right? Like
Yeah,
also
it
like
seems to.
report bugs. I also start like
It's
you know developing rule sets. I started like
And as we all know,
uh,
it's very good to get in those kind of industries because you learn by observing other
yeah,
people and how it works, of the industry, the codes, and everything. Obviously, it depends on the like brainstorming and team up and everything to be smooth and goes through big events without any problems. So very interesting. And then where what makes you come into Ultra Corporation? How did you know about this project? I mean, it's like not very known actually.
yeah. Well, fortunately, back at my previous job, like I wasn't happy with the type of product we were developing. We were such a big team that a lot of things had to happen. So I started, like looking for other opportunities,
Hmm.
and Ultra reached me, which was a really nice thing because I was really, looking for a catch of fresh air and to start developing something that was more meaningful and that has, like more personality and that has like more of my knowledge in essence into it, right? Because,
Yeah.
as I said, when you start working with a lot of people and big teams, and it's like the the vision is not like concretely or correctly like achieved. But now that I'm in Ultra, like I've been first of all like joined a lot of talented people. There's a lot of big uh, I don't want to say big, I mean like really knowledgeable and really skillful and experienced people here in Ultra. They know a lot of what they do, and I think they really complement my knowledge and skills on esports in general. And
Yep.
yeah,
That's
yeah, I think
specific to the Web3 environment. I mean, everyone
yeah,
is learning as we are building all together a new kind of paradigm and ecosystem, which is economic, by the way, and it brings a new market overall and reinvent like the video game industry because as we
yeah,
know, studios are in crisis. There are more and more rentability demand from investors, and we need a new model. And I think like blockchain and every technology which is um, like a stick to this industry will bring this new kind of move, you know. So very interesting. So you are in Ultra for now. Ultra Arena is launching with this new game, Magic Craft. Um, what? How can you present this overall before getting in deep? Ultra Arena X Magic Craft um, live. You know, how can you summarize this and present
yeah.
to the people?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I don't remember exactly when that happened, but I like at the beginning of the year we announced something regarding like arena leagues and how the league system will work, and that's something that we've been working since then. I guess like from experience and from my experience that I have so far here at Ultra, one of the biggest difficulties while trying to develop esports events are like the prices and the type of people that will enjoy competing for set prices. It's like there's such a limited kind of things that we can do with web3 at the moment, uh, and that's why I was looking for a game that was first of all web3 based, also that was competitive enough and had like a good entry level, so even people that haven't played the game yet can join and play it and try to
Yeah,
compete for a spot in the league.
clearly, what
And
I just watched, it was like League of Legends feelings, you know, MOBA style, something very competitive, and like a team can compete each others with good interest, and it's go very good in live too, in a observating way, you know, watching it just to make your point.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, we, as I said, I was looking for a game that was competitive enough. It should also be web3 based, so the players that will compete into it will have motivation to continue playing because they know that the prices have value, which is sometimes the hardest part of Web3 gaming, to convince Web2 players about the value that the prices may have. So yeah, that was also important. And finally, it must be like a really competitive team-based game. And the advantage that Magicraft also has is that you can create teams based of 3 players, so it's not like you need to gather 5 or 6 people to compete. You can gather like 3 guys, and those 3 guys can play the game. And yeah, um, so yeah, that's basically the reasoning behind it. Like the concept of the league was already established. We were just looking for the proper game to do so. So yeah, yeah, I found Magicraft like a long time ago. I would say like 10 months ago. Like I started contact with them and started playing it. And yeah, I liked it. I think it's a really fun game, really easy to grasp. As I said, anybody can jump in and play. and yeah, really competitive as well. I observed their community for a long time now, and I see that they pretty much always playing, always bragging about some scores or
Mm.
KDAs or whatever. I also see them like insulting, so that's also a good sign that they are competitive enough and that they will appreciate the
Yeah,
entire concept. So yeah, that's where the inspiration
we,
comes from, and
we know for
yeah.
sure that the biggest community of esports is a very toxic one, without
Yeah.
saying any name of a game. So, a question. What are some of the standout features players can look forward to in Magic Craft mixed with Arena League technology? Yep.
Yeah, so first of all, and I would like, we were talking about this like the other day, you and I. First of all, I would like to clarify that there's not like full integration between like Magicraft and Ultra. It's not like you can use your Ultra wallet or the Ultra blockchain within the game. That's first of all. We're absolutely looking into it. I think, and maybe we can talk about this in the future. I mean, later on the live stream. But yeah, I think that any game that it's on Ultra will benefit a lot from Arena, and thus it will also benefit from having full integration into it because there are a lot of things that we can do with it. But just coming back into your question, is that players may expect first of all transparency, which is one of the most important things we are looking for right now. We want players to know and be aware what everything is moving from, like for example prices. They don't have exact track of where the prices are going, which is something that you can only achieve with blockchain. They also be completely aware of who owns them. Let's like yeah, who is the owner of the team they're representing. They also be fully conscious of what's their value on the market, for example, because right now and how the leagues are working is that everything is tokenized, from the teams to the players to the slot in the leagues to the prices. Everything is tokenized. So yeah, that's something that will first of all impose transparency, which I think is really important. It will also uh, avoid and overlook a lot of legal issues and legal stuff that Web2 esports tend to have, because everything it's non-trackable and centralized and everything. So
Okay.
that's also very important. Yeah,
That,
that's
that
also very important.
very
Yeah.
interesting. So on the user experience side, the fact that every asset is tokenized, that a sports team is tokenized, a gamer, a player is tokenized. Uh, how will it go through the software, and how can you tell us more about the management side of a structure of an esports team through these tokenized assets? How do you envision this?
Yes, so the general idea that we have by tokenizing everything, aside from transparency, is also to develop a self-sustainable league and esports environment. Where every single transaction, every single like movement within the blockchain, we start generating revenue, and we call it treasury for the leagues and for every other event that may happen within that esports specifically. So yeah, I mean the idea is that teams, players, team managers, or even players can sell their assets to the best bidder. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say like the people that shows more interest. So for example, if you are a player and you want to start promoting yourself for a league, you'll have your specific unique that will contain your stats that you can put up for sale. So team managers may see it and see, okay, I want this player on my team. I want to buy it, and they can do so through the blockchain. You can assign a price to it,
So
and so on.
naturally, specifically by the EOS blockchain and the technology
Yeah,
developed by Ultra, it's a data storage, and you have access to it from anywhere. So
Yeah, exactly.
as a player, it gives you a nice overview from outside, and feedback is possible from any part of the environment and esports organization. So
Yeah,
it's a yes, it's an innovation. I mean, actually, you have to set yourself your data, and it's not automatic. So Ultra does this automatically through the games that will go on Arena League. Is it all right if I understand it well?
yeah, yeah. You can say so. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, and we have implemented a system where we can update these uniques live. So every time a player has different stats, we can correct them. Uh, at the moment, and by the extent we currently have it built, for example, for the Minecraft League, we'll only have like in-game ranking or general ranking within the league, but we're
Mm-hmm.
looking it to expand it to more accurate statistics like KDA or wins versus losses, win rate, whatever we want to add to it. Like we're looking to expand it, but yeah, that's also a really cool new feature that we're implementing. That is that these player uniques are completely, like, let's say, completely editable.
Mm.
Alongside the league or the esports is like developing. So that's also a really good feature that will allow team managers to make like more conscious and careful decisions when selecting a new player for their team, right? Uh, and this also applies towards uh, league spots, for example. Let's say that a for example, you guys have
Mm.
a slot on the league and want to sell it, like you can do so on the Arena blockchain. I mean the Ultra blockchain, and that all that transaction can be done with euros. And once you send the slot to the person that wants to own the team, now they'll be able to compete and
And
form their teams.
who
And
decides the numbers of slots available on a competitive section on a tournament? Is it
yeah, so that
Ultra, or is it the editor of the game? Is it the game itself?
so for this specific case for Magicraft, like I've made the complete plan.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the page for the league, you'll be able to see like the rule set. There's a PDF for the rule set. I built like the entire structure, so it's not that long. Um,
Okay, so
and
every game that launch, if in like 1, 2, 3, 4 years, it catch up, and the big mass adoption arrives. Uh, then every games that launches on Ultra Arena will go on his side to create his own league, and it will be like simple for them to do it. I mean, Ultra will not have to handle every case, every tournament. Or how do you see the liberty of integration of other competition? You know, my
I would
question.
say
Okay.
that, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say that we will just like integrate a game and let them do whatever they want. Not because it's we don't want to, but you need to first grasp how it works and how and what is like the best use for it. So for example, in this specific case in Minecraft, like I built it with just 6 teams, what in my opinion it's not that many teams,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to last like a month and a half, right? So I mean, of course they won't be playing daily, they'll just play like two best of three per week, which is not that much. But I think and we're, at least I and pretty much all my teammates, are really open to introduce and to guide every game that comes to us with an idea or with tournaments or whatever. Like we're completely open. We have all the dispositions
Mm.
for them to come. and plan
So
esports on our platform.
Magic
So
Craft collaboration and partnership is like a beta test of the Arena League, and to see if everything is all right, see there is no uh, lagging aspect, bugs aspects. So
yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I mean,
So
do you have in mind or in your plan at Ultra other games that will go next and to follow?
I mean, as you said, this we even promoted as such. We promoted this as a beta league, to
Mm-hmm.
because first of all, we would like to try our technology. We first want to verify that everything is working as intended. We've run a lot of tests. We most of the tournaments that we've hosted so far is to try the platform to see that everything is working fine, to see what can be improved, to see it's a constant development, and this is the opportunity where we can finally try what we've been building for so long. So it's not like I have something planned for another game,
Mm-hmm.
but we definitely want to expand this to more competitions, right? I mean, the whole idea of Arena and the end game, since I joined, is to make esports, to decentralize esports and to make them, like self-sufficient, and to make them uh, interesting for Web3 communities, and also, incentivize the movement from Web2 to Web3 for other players that are seeking professional gaming opportunities.
Yep,
So yeah, I
that's
don't have a plans at the moment, but yeah, we are really really looking forward for more games to do this, and yeah, maybe after the test we can start planning something out.
so. You don't have in mind Project Citadel actually.
Yeah, I mean, of course we have, and this is a discussion that we've been having, since I joined Ultra, how to implement esports on Project Citadel. Uh, we are really, looking forward to it. At least I am. I already have an entire documentation on how to do esports on Project Citadel. But we first want to see the reaction of the players. Of course,
Hmm.
we don't want to shotgun them with, "Hey, here's the league. Hey, here's new content. Hey, here's." Of course, we don't want to do that. We may start, with some tournaments to
Yeah,
see how
step by
people.
step. It's important
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because
But
if you bring like 10,000 people on a game and big communities and everything falls apart, it will be like a crash for and for Ultra. So it's a good strategy, little by little, step
yeah,
by step.
especially because we want to see how many people are interested in actually competing. I think that's very important, and how passionate they are. Um, of course, the idea is to, I mean, with esports in general, right, is to generate opportunities for players to earn uh, while playing, not just by the standard Web3
Hmm.
mentality of play to earn, but, to actually compete and become a professional esports player and earn prizes. Like, that's
Started
one
from the
of the
bottom.
biggest aims. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, I always,
So
I
it's
I
true.
wake up and start thinking about esports, and when I think about esports, I think about Citadel. I think about every single game that I know.
Yep. Fall Guys, for
Even I.
example. I mean, we have already met on Discord several times before. And how do you expect on the social side to integrate players during the Arena League? I mean, for now, it's on Discord. Maybe there is a next step incoming, and through some software, or do you have something in mind?
I mean, the social aspect. We've been working a lot of it on the background. Like, we've had extensive discussions about how to, better display the social aspect of not just Arena, but the ultra profiles in general.
Mm-hmm.
Um, We of course been talking about like integrating in-game chats. I mean, not in-game chats. I mean like
in client
ultra
on.
chats.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. On
On,
client, have
mm.
uh, chats, friendlies, and stuff. Uh, I would say that that's not being a priority for us. I think we're comfortable at the moment with Discord, but yeah, it's something that definitely we talk about. But I wouldn't say that it's completely confirmed. But let's see what happens. Like
More
there's a lot of
surprises to
stuff
come.
still.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So, another question. What was the inspiration behind the Arena League unique system? I mean, what's the difference, and what brings this Arena League in the gaming industry? What's make
Yeah,
it unique?
so uh, to be honest, this was a concept that was already established from the beginning. Like even when I joined, like there was already the idea of implementing all this technology into esports and to the leagues and everything. Like it was already planned. Lucas was the one that I mean, I'm pretty sure you know Lucas, right? Like at least most of you.
Yep.
I hope
Yeah. Yeah.
he
Clearly,
was the one that came up with the entire idea.
he's the thinker
And
behind
it's
the Arena part of Ultra, I think.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like he had it all planned. So yeah, I wouldn't feel like comfortable like taking credit and saying, hey, it's because of this or we want to do this. But
Mhm.
yeah, the general idea, as I said, is to um, first of all decentralize esports, make them accessible to everybody, and like create transparency and a good way of revenue for players and for organizations to come in and join us, and also sponsorships, because we are also looking into how we can tokenize them. So yeah, like it's just trying to bring all these web 2 knowledge and ideas that the team has to a web 3 ecosystem.
Yep. Such as we know that the co-CEOs are all the gaming industry's actors, and at their beginnings they were players too, so they know to rule the game show. Um, More pragmatic. Can you share more about the launch of Magicraft? How can players get their hands on it and get into the tournaments?
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. I mean, fortunately, Magicraft is we launched Magicraft last week on Ultra, so it's accessible to any Ultra users. Um, you can go to the store and download it. It's also free to play, and most importantly, is it's not pay to win. So you can just go ahead, enter, and it's not like you're going to be losing against somebody that already spent like a lot of money on it. So yeah,
Yeah.
and
Moreover, the game is fresh new, so you'll have to compete through new gamers too. Everything has
yeah,
to be built, so kind of a new world to compete in.
yeah, exactly. And at least I am really looking forward to see like the reaction of our community. We would like to see how they like the game, how they like the leaks, how they like everything that we're building so far. Um, so yeah, yeah, I'm very very excited for you to play. As I said, you can go to the store right now, download it. I will actually encourage it because it's
And it's important to for the people to know that the game actually is in a pre-stage. It's not. I think you can say if I'm wrong. It's a beta actually.
yeah, I
Am
think
I
so. I
right?
think it's a better. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So when people will play this game, it's normal if it's not a finished game with all the features and everything. You get to know that everything that is on Ultra environment is being built. So you can say criticism, you can say everything, but it's under development. So if you want to be part of the journey, welcome to Ultra Arena. Let's have a game which is what it is, a game in beta, and then you competed and you make part of the history. Will be part of the history. That's the most important thing to know. If you wanna get in the community, if you wanna believe in the project, without looking at the price action, we don't care about this. Like I'm myself an investor. I answer from people I see in the chat. It's a subject that come over and over, you know. And yes, I'm a personal investor, but I'm building on it. I mean, this is for the gamers, and when we bring something for the gamers, let's have gaming session. That's more important than everything else. So, to make it clear, we'll go through another point. How does Ultra.io plan to engage with the Magicraft community and foster a strong player base? I mean, this is a model that can be transferred to any game. How do you see the onboarding plan of extra community, you know, outside community?
Yeah, so first of all, we've been closely working with the guys at Magicraft. They're being pretty open, you know, they've been pretty collaborative. So, yeah, that's a good part and a good starting point. We, of course, you know, to be part of the league, you must introduce yourself to the Ultra ecosystem. And that means, you know, having a Discord server. So, yeah. That's where we are currently at. You know, we're trying to transition players and to make them clear that having the ultra technology to work, you must be part of the ecosystem. So that's where we at. You know, like uh, we planned everything because there are two parts of the league, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
we have the pro league, which we reach specific players, which are, you know, high ranked players to be drafted to the teams are already pre-select, and we also have the amateur qualifier, which is like a quick tournament for teams to form. You know, like anybody can create a team for that and come in, compete, and try to get a spot on the pro league.
So this
And
is
yeah,
through the game or through Ultra software? Where
no,
do you,
everything is through Arena. We are not doing like anything in game.
maybe you can show us if you want how this works
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for the people to
Let
understand
me.
for the people in the chat. Tell me when you're
Yeah,
ready and
don't worry.
we will jump in. So because there are some technical aspects and if you can see it, it would be interesting for everyone. So are you ready
Uh,
on your
Let
side?
me change my screen.
Yep.
Uh, I think I'm
uh,
ready. Can you see?
okay. Up. This is going. So let me show people screen guests. Dicks up and we are live and direct on your screen. So
Yeah. So as I said, like there are two parts for the league. First one is this one, which is like the amateur qualifier. We just started promoting this alongside with Magicraft. Um, this is just like, you know, to have a spot for players that are not that high ranked to be able to still compete on the league.
hmm,
Um, it's pretty straightforward. You know, if you play tournaments on Arena, it's pretty easy to register. You just need to you know, click on register, select one of your teams. As you can see, I'm missing some teammates, so you can invite or create teams on your profile. Because I, to be honest, I've never built a team with this account. But you
okay.
can go to your profile, teams, create a team. You input a name. For example, I'm gonna name this one test, and you can copy this link and share it with the people that want to join this team, or do you want to join the league with? And yeah, you just go to the tournaments, search for the qualifier, and register with the team you want.
Okay.
Um,
So this
yeah,
is the part which is tokenized. Like if you create
Yeah.
a team, and where does it end up? I mean, will you told about us that it will be available to sell it on the marketplace? How does it occur?
Oh no, no, this is different. Like this is just a regular team that you will create with your friends or for fun or whatever.
Okay.
Um, the tokenized teams will be like more specific ones. So for example, it won't be just like you can create a token for your team, right? It will be like okay, you are uh, you will be part of the league, and thus we will grant you this specific unique that will be tokenized. You know, like there's a difference between like player build teams and league based teams.
Okay.
Uh,
So this is a difference between amateur and professional,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay. So this is actually for people like me and whatever whoever isn't professional. They go
Yeah,
through this create, and so through Magicraft, you have a bridge between amateur and pro league, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly. And once you know, we already talked with most of the teams. The next step is to create their uniques and send them to them so they can, you know, start first of all drafting players and then registering to the tournament. So yeah, it's like a different thing. It's not, as I said, it's not like a regular player will come and create a token for a team, right? It's
Okay.
more of, you know, like a
Yep.
exclusive, unique for exclusive people to join, and that's, you know, like the difference we're building right now.
Okay. This is important. Yes.
So yeah, I mean, if you want to look at the specific uniques and the specific things that I'm talking about, like we've planned to release them next week, if not the following week. But yeah, I mean, if you want to jump back and see all this technology and I can present it to you, like I can totally do that. Right now, it's not like there,
Okay.
but yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah. I mean,
it.
that's the plan.
Okay. Right. It's
Yeah, yeah,
so you have created a team right now, and you just have to register to the tournament, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, this is like pretty basic stuff. And once you have, you know, you can compete in the amateur leaderboard. You just need to gather two other friends. If you win this leaderboard or this qualifier, then Ultra will generate this unique for you as a player, and will be assigning you to a specific team, right? So there's where, you know, the difference between being a amateur or, you know, like regular player to a pro player comes up in the ultra ecosystem, right? Because now you have this card that will represent you as a pro player and that can be tradable and that, you know, can start.
So you can imagine that any sponsor can create his team and make a call on the social media for players to represent their brand, and then they go through a gaming session on any game, and there is a competitive aspect which brings animation and social interaction between people and the brands. So this is very cool. I mean,
Yes.
as you told us earlier, Ultra Times may have an asset team, and we are searching for players to play in Magicraft to have a test session. So it means that if you come as an amateur for Ultra Times sports team, then you will maybe go through this pro league in Magicraft and have rewards, which are Gabriel Martinez. Can you tell us about the rewards?
Yeah, for this specific league, I mean, as I said, this is a beta.
Yep.
This specific league, we have a prize pool of 3,000 USD. Uh,
For the
Everything,
first team and split between the players, right?
yeah, it's going to be. I don't remember the exact. No, I remember the exact percentages. So out of those 3,000, the first place will get 50%. The second place will get 25. The third will get 15, and the fourth 10. So yeah, it will be 6 teams competing. So I mean, 4 out of 6 teams will get a prize. So I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, everything will be distributed through the blockchain as well. Some of the prize will be distributed from our blockchain. Uh, some half of the price will be distributed on Ultra blockchain, and the other half will be distributed on I don't know which blockchains can you use for Magicraft, but yeah, I mean whatever wallet you can use for it, like they'll send it the price over there. So yeah.
Okay, fine, interesting. So do we have an ending session of your screen? Do you have something up else to show to everyone?
Maybe I can show you also the website, because this is
Aspect.
uh, uh, another aspect. I think I stopped sharing. Sorry if this messed up your.
Okay, no, there's no problem with
So yeah,
this. Uh,
alongside with the league, we've launched the website with it.
you're you're
Here,
you're back on
you,
screen.
okay. Here you can basically look at anything regarding um, the league. As you can see, you have here the main information, when the league starts. We had it here that it start on the first, because that's the date when the amateur qualifier opened. We also have here the ending date, which will be roughly on the October 9th.
Mm-hmm.
And all the information is here. Here you can find the format about, like the amateur qualifier, what is it about. We also have the pro league, explaining a bit like what is happening with it. Um, and also the playoffs, because of course, the 4 teams that scored the highest during the double round robin will go to a playoffs bracket that they will, be playing against each other. So that's also very interesting. We also have, like the schedules, team registration, player drafts, because as I said, players will be drafted from a specific pool built by Minecraft. Uh, and that's also a really, really cool aspect that we're launching. We also have like a TLDR of the rules. You can get the full rule set here. Something that I didn't mention, but we'll also add here, is the fact that we will be live streaming every single day of the league. So you can, join us through this website to check out like what's up with the league. You can come in. There will be, like on-camera talent. We are planning to make it like as big as possible as a beta can be.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
as you are in the esports industry, I have a second sound. Maybe I will switch. Hop. Okay. So I hear myself twice. I think you have set your sound outside.
yeah. Let me correct it. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. 2 second, people.
Um,
So it's all right now. It's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I think it's
So
good.
I'm myself, as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, at the head of Esport Ultra Times, and there are some rules to make competition on games, like every tournament features on any brand has its own rules and the legal aspect. Um, how, and we all know Ultra is a blockchain and a Web3. Some of the conditions and terms in general are we don't want to be mixed, linked with blockchain activities. How do you manage this aspect of onboarding Web2 classic industrial game into this Web3 ecosystem without, engaging lawsuits or even another problems?
Yeah, so that's very important, and that's maybe an aspect that the community should take, into consideration when we try to develop all these esports opportunities. Because of course we don't have free ground for every single game. So, for example, I don't know if somebody in the chat comes and says, "Hey, but why don't you did the league on Rocket League, for example?" Because we cannot do that
Yep.
legally, or maybe not legally, but we will come into a lot of roadblocks if we take that path. Because, of course, um, not many games have, like the disposition to take part on all these Web3 aspects. So that's why also Magicraft was so important for this test, because we can freely promote all this technology, and we can freely promote all these prices, which is like the most important aspect of the league. um, we've always been very, very careful on what we put out and what we don't. Since the beginning, since I arrived at Ultra, the most of the team members already know which game can be tempered with and which one don't. So yeah, uh, that's how we manage, to put out what we want to put out. Of course, we also try not to trespass any limit that we cannot.
Yep.
And
It's important. And
yeah, 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 of course.
um, as we are engaging more and more, and there are more visibility of Web3 ecosystem in general, the transition of the industry will go little by little with this aspect, and we hope that they will open their mind and legal aspect to this industry, and because it's important also that all these actors uh, come in this industry that we are building. I mean, for now, you talked about Rocket League. Um, Rocket League, even on stream, if you want to create a competition, as Zerator, a French streamer, did, um, doing a competition, a LAN, a LAN session, uh, it was the only game that was forbidden. I mean, all others were happy to have a nice visibility on Twitch and everything, but Rocket League, I mean, as as soon as you have a big money, income, and a big brand, big IP, everything is closed. So maybe mentalities will evolve, and we'll see because the benefits of coming in the Web3, it's long-term benefits. For now, we know that the public opinion about NFTs and crypto world, scam, rug, etc., is very awful for the public and the masses. So it will take times, but with good initiative coming from this like ultra arena and independent actors, we will show that it has big options and big future engagement. So this is nice.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And maybe tracking a little back to that, like, I strongly believe that it is important to start releasing meaningful and replayable games uh,
Right.
for Web2 players to start joining the Web3 communities. Yeah, I think that's something that Ultra is working hard on. It's constantly developing. I mean, Project Citadel looks incredible. I
This
haven't
last
been able to find something like that on
this last
Web3
video was
gaming.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it needs a lot of effort, but yeah, I think Ultra is making the right moves. I think Ultra has the correct ecosystem to make all this work. Because as I mean, I talked with you the other day about it, but for example, with a game like Citadel, we can do a lot of things, like creating a specific in-game content that can finance leaks for the game. We can also, like provide uh, content from a tournament page to the game directly within the blockchain. Like there's a lot of possibilities that will open once we have the game out, and we and not we, but I would like to replicate that with any other game that will come up as entertaining on the Web3 space.
Yeah. Do you have in mind the time I expect and how many seasons will bring Project Citadel? I mean, they want to launch in and maybe see what's happening with the people playing, or maybe they have a long-term vision, like 10 years, 15 years. Do you have something on this side?
Uh, what do you mean, like on
Like
the side of what?
of competitive aspect and how they will manage players community interaction between the players and from everything that has already been told.
Well, I think everything is pretty green at the moment. Like I don't have that much information on Project Citadel, to
Okay,
start discussing it.
okay,
But yeah, maybe we can talk about that another day. Like
okay, maybe with Ajax
yeah,
directly.
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
that would be nice. um so as we are live on Twitch, we may be the moment for the people to ask some questions. I will get back in the time and see if there are some interesting questions from the chat. Um, Dio Hazard said, "Hi, have you already contacted some structures, teams, to start on a good basis?"
For this ultra beta league, yes, we've already filled all the spots for the league. Actually, one of them is the guys from Ultra Time. So yeah, happy to share that with you guys. They'll be part
Yep,
of the play of the teams that will be competing. So yeah,
you can
and
join
the rest will.
our Discord, and I think the Ultra Discord too. You have some more information about the team management.
Yeah. So yeah, and we have other 5 teams that will be drafting the players real soon. Maybe next week, if not the following week. It all depends mostly on the players, not that much on the organizations. But yeah, we'll have more information about that pretty soon. So don't worry, we are pretty much ready to start on the designated dates we established for the league.
Okay, cool. A
Yeah.
question from Ultra Lottery, which is a builder on the blockchain. Will it be possible to organize tournament without having to ask Ultra? So I think you already a little bit answered, but a good reminder
Yeah,
is possible.
as a tournament organizer, I mean, if you want to create tournaments, um, you can create your tokens and your uniques and everything. That's a feature that we already have enabled. The only thing is that we don't have that many organizers that are interested on creating uniques for tournaments, right?
Hmm.
Most of them just want to create tournaments and you know uh,
Just have fun, you
give
know?
out the prizes. But yeah, I mean, if you are an organizer and want to come to arena and start organizing tournaments and create your own tokens and
Hmm.
everything,
Hmm.
like yeah,
Okay, this is open and possible.
yeah.
So a little trolling question, but it's fun to ask. Um, will it be possible to create LAN party, and is it in your plan to have a party Ultra Arena in Paris Game Weeks or other events? Are you planning on being present on like Paris Games Week, Tokyo Game Show, E3, or whatever?
I mean, I think that would be cool. As I said at the beginning of the live stream, like I'm based at traveling, it will be a bit hard. But in a more serious note, like of course, I'm I look forward to host some physical events, especially tournaments, maybe a tournament final on a venue or something for you all to attend, and that would be like pretty cool and pretty interesting. So yeah, I mean, I know it may come as a joke, but it's definitely something I am looking forward to, and I'll push to my team. So yeah.
Okay. This is for the fact it depends also on the financial part of Ultra and everything linked to the background side, we'll say. So, uh, will official streaming for the big game parties on Arena? Uh, I have the idea. Do you understand the question? I can say it in my
No.
own words. I think it was a question about will there be some um, live session on the upcoming arena session, League Arena. Will it be live? Do you have
Like,
a broadcast team that will show the competition on the
yeah, yeah.
upcoming?
Yeah, actually, the guys, this is something also to be announced, but I don't mind like telling you right now. We have a team of people here based at Mexico City that will be helping me on the live stream. We have in-camera talent. We have, everything prepared. But yeah, we will be live streaming the entire event. If you want to join us, I'm also, and this is not confirmed, but I can check with the team. But I'm also looking forward to see if we can give some gifts to the people that watch these live streams. Uh,
Yep,
Maybe some passes for a beta or
live
something
drop.
like. But yeah, this is yeah, like drops.
Hmm. Okay, fine. And will it be possible to integrate this on the client, or will it be on Twitch or something?
It's going to be live stream on Twitch and also will be live stream on the website, which is like pretty much just a Twitch extension. We, of course, have talks about doing it on the client, but right now, we're just going to do it through Twitch, so you can join.
Okay. Um, yeah, there seems to have some rumors about Dota. I'm not even aware of this. It's written in the chat. Do you have something to tell about this?
Uh, I'm not sure. That's Roth, the new head of marketing for Ultra.io. Maybe he can jump into a live stream with you to confirm these rumors. You can follow him at Ultra Intern GG and ask them personally to see what's up with that.
Okay, so we'll have to do our job at Ultra Times and investigate. We'll have an answer later. So this is a rumor. Is it true? Is it false? We don't know. So people, we're coming to an end. Do you have something in mind? Something that you want to discuss about and something that hasn't been said?
Not really. Just join us on the amateur qualifier. Join us at what else? At the live streams. I'm gonna push to see if I can give you stuff if you are a viewer. So stay tuned. It's not
Okay.
confirmed, so don't
And
blame me if it doesn't happen.
do you have a link
Uh,
to share? I think we talked about this. A link for the people in the chat to join maybe it was a Magic Craft integration tournament, or we talked about
yeah, let
this.
me. Do you mean like the how to join the qualifier?
Maybe. Mm, okay, or if you don't have a link,
Yeah, I have a link. I mean, I have the link for the tournament page because it's basically a tournament. So
okay,
yeah.
right. So before he shows off with the link, I'll have a last question, and then we'll be done for today.
Yeah.
What's next for Ultra Arena, any exciting plans for the future? How do you see it evolving?
Yeah, I mean,
Long-term vision.
as I said previously, like the end game for Arena was to develop the leagues and to, of course, assist any type of game that wants to come and do the leagues. Uh, I mean, we are, of course, working on it. We're doing the beta and everything. So we're very happy with that. I would say that the next big step, uh, I don't know if I can speak further, but the next big step and the next thing that I'm working on is Project Citadel. So yeah, I guess that, I mean, you can of course still enjoying any other content. I saw the other day that community member on the Ultra Discord was saying like, "Hey, nothing's happening. Like, what's happening?" I'm like, "Hey, bro, I'm here. You can ping me. Go come and play some tournaments. Like, I'm always there. You can always come and play some tournaments. I'm pretty much like uh,
This is
giving
it.
away UOS.
This is it.
So yeah, I
People.
mean, you can come play, try to see if you can earn something. But yeah, I would say that first of all, stay tuned, support the league. That's pretty important. You know, we're a pretty community-driven company, and I would suggest that you support, these events, especially Arena, which is pretty active. You know, it's not like I've always have something to share. You know, I've always be here. So don't worry if you don't see action in other areas. Like you can come to Arena and see what's up. So yeah, support it and stay tuned for any Project Citadel stuff that may come up. So yeah.
Okay. So this is fine. I hope you enjoyed the session as I did on my side. It was a really cool chatting session. And so people will end up this stream. I hope everyone enjoyed the moment we shared together, all together. So this was Ben to the G, myself, host for Ultra Times, um, and Gabriel Martinez from Ultra IO, coordinator esports on the Ultra Arena side. So see ya, people, and